Thank you very much, Matthias. One question, is there somebody who... Yes, okay. So, like tomorrow, I try to speak in English, and forgive me for not speaking very well. My name is Tomke. I like SIGs, I like groups, and therefore we have the next SIG ILIAS plugin group where I want to present our working results. And so for this who are new, I have the objectives. We are thriving. We try to ensure plugin compatibility with new ILIAS versions because I think most of you know the scenario. You want to update ILIAS 10 and then you see, oh, my plugins are not compatible. So we have a data collection where we try to centralize relevant information. We try to create a central point of contact for plugin-related questions and quick referral to experts. So I know many plugins have SIGs, so hopefully we know the SIGs and their coordinators and can, if a plugin had another SIG, refers to them. And for those who had plugins but no SIGs, they can use our SIG to communicate and push the newest information. That is the idea. We want a sustainable and efficient use of resources because we need many time to discuss with persons how much funding in this plugin A is required, and sometimes we need, or I need 2 or 3 weeks to get the information how much funding a plugin needed, and that is a too long time. So then we want a transparent plugin development with community involvement and a clear process and communicating channels for all plugins, even those without their own SIG. So, what has changed since I think we had a presentation in Marburg? At the moment, we have a rebranding. We had the nachhaltige or sustainable ILIAS plugins, and we reached a point that we said, okay, let's call it ILIAS plugins, because we often think on green plugins or not on, we didn't think on plugins which are developed by the community and together. So yes, we have a new name, so don't be irritated. We have a new layout and a responsive banner by Matthias Becker from ILIAS NRW. This banner is here, and we had also a new icon because the first icon I designed and I get very bad feedback. So Matthias Becker designed this above and it is much better. So new process, thanks to Rob and Nicole. We will have a walking meeting every month to reach our goals. We will have 2 informational meetings per year for every who don't want to participate actively but who needs the information. And Rob provide a monthly reminder to update the plugin table. So the data collection, we named them at the moment plugin marketplace, can be found in our SIG and in the using ILIAS extending plugins. We have 2 locations where we can find this data collection. So the collection relies on everyone involved to contribute their current knowledge. We need our knowledge to post it in this table that everybody can see and participate. And many thanks to those who have updated the plugin entries over the past few months. We see a lot of more activity than the last half year, I would say. What is also new, we have new 2 views from the data collection, and they are called ILIAS plugin usage and administration and development of ILIAS plugins. They have different fields, and this here are the different locations you can find here. There's a data collection is called extending ILIAS by plugins, and you go over using ILIAS, and the other, but same, lies in the community SIG ILIAS plugin. yeah, we should maybe discuss that at this moment. The same data table have 2 different names, but yes, we have a working meeting for this. So here we have the new views. They are very similar. The only difference is that we have for administration and development the field plugin type and the download, where you can find it on GitHub, and you can write down additional text like we need 5,000 for upgrading or something like this. This you have not on this view. Yes. So what needs to be done next? We want to customize the individual view of plugin entries in the table. If you click on one plugin, then you see you can write down the purpose, you can have screenshots there, and we have a template. So we will design a template for this. We want to offer subgroups as a form for plugins in our SIG that don't have their own SIG, and we need a concept for this. We want to provide a central space, like a blog, where other SIGs could post news, like our plugin is ready, and have maybe more community members to see the information. And I think from ILIAS NRW, they want to conduct a survey in the ILIAS community about our SIG to ask who uses which plugins, to look if we have some community plugins. And I think Matthias Kunkel will say in some minutes something to community plugins. So in our data table, we have different icons and their meaning. And yes, we have here a diagram. And this is maybe for ILIAS 10, you have your plugin. And if you had this different icons, then you can see, okay, at the moment it's incompatible. We need a kickoff where we discuss if we needed funding. Maybe we needed no funding, but I don't know. Then the plugin is in development, as it needs testing, as it is compatible or available with a service level agreement. And some plugins are no longer under development. So this is the meaning of the icons. And one of our last slides. We had entries for ILIAS 10 plugin and for ILIAS 11, and I counted them yesterday. And if we are comparing this, then we see that for ILIAS 10, I think some universities want to upgrade in the next months. Most of them are compatible in development or needs testing. Only 23 are not compatible, so maybe check if your plugin is not compatible. In ILIAS 11, we see another picture. Most of them are not incompatible, and some needs funding. Reasons why we have this different picture could be that here we have not the actual status, or we see that most of the community members are at the moment more interested in ILIAS 10 than in ILIAS 11. So this is my interpretation of this. And yes, thank you so much for your active participation. These are the persons who are attending bi-weekly in the last months to prepare the data table and make it better. And I think I want to show our next working session. You are welcome to join and to work with us together. And Matthias Kunkel wants to say something to community plugins, I heard. So this is relevant for here because maybe we have a new field in 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay, so that's, Tomke asked me to say a little bit about the community plugins. I had this presentation last time in Marburg, Now we have a data collection where you can apply for the community plugin, and just 2 minutes to explain how this is working. So the main principles of the community plugins, as I already mentioned, is mainly focused on the sustainability of the plugins, how are updates financed for the next versions. So we focus on those plugins that are used by several institutions, not by only one. They should be registered in this data collection Tomke showed us, so they should be available for all of us. Of course, they should be published under the GPL, which is at least, let's say, I don't know any ILIAS plugin that is not under the GPL, because in all of these plugins is at least one line of code from ILIAS, and this infects the entire code with GPL. Important for the certification, important for the principle of community plugins is that there is a guarantee that it is updated for the next versions. And here there are sometimes misunderstandings. This guarantee does not mean that there needs to be a contract, or that this is something where you go to court and it's like, you haven't done this. But it's the thing that, okay, I commit myself to take care about it, and I will try to organize the money that we do the update. It's more, let's say, saying I'm willing to do that instead of something that is that you really will. So the thing is, we need a certain reliance on that, but of course it is still something that we cannot fight for at the court. So guarantee, yes, we try to update them for the next versions, and we also want up the plugins not, let's say, a year after the stable version, but at least 3 months after a stable version is available, because this is the problem, was a problem in the past and still is the problem. You have a new ILIAS version, you could update to that version, but unfortunately you have 10 plugins and at least 5 of them are not available for that version, and you have to wait until the last plugin is available, and that costs you time, and maybe you have, it takes not even months, it takes a year or more. So these are the main principles, and the idea was for this community plugins, if we give this label, we need a kind of certification. This is done by the ILIAS Geschäftsstelle, by the ILIAS office, and provided by the ILIAS Society. And there is now a data collection where you can apply for this certification if the requirements of your plugin are, if your plugin meets the necessary requirements. Then we checked it, and if it's okay, then we give this community plugin. So this is the new label. Tomke wanted to know how it looks like. And this happens every year, and of course it's free of cost. We're gonna do this as a community contribution. This is how the data collection look like. Only a few questions. We don't want to know all that stuff. Most important is really how you gonna make sure that this plugin is. What is your, let's say, your idea how to make it sustainable and how to pay it? And yeah, we have a first plugin that fits this need is the Etherpad Lite, because we are responsible for them at ILIAS Society, but we have committed ourselves to offer you this plugin for the next 2 years. So this is like the list of criteria. It's free for download, GPL. There's a bug tracker mentioned, a public bug tracker where you can add your bug reports. It's registered in the plugin collection. We have with Fabian Wolf, we have a caretaker for the plugin. Updates are assured for 11 and 12, and the plugin has been already available even before ILIAS 10 was stable, but at least within 3 months after 10. So that's an example for that, and we hope now we make it public. The idea was, let's say, with the dev content we make publish, we offer this data collection to others, and we hope to have at least a couple of plugins in the next time that we can certify as community plugins. So that's what you wanted to say. Okay. That's for my part.